problem says, suppose the manufacturer of a gas clothes dryer has found that when the unit price is P dollars, the revenue in dollars is this equation here. So part A just says, at what price is P is the revenue equal to 0? So we're just going to set the revenue equation equal to 0 and solve it. So since it just has two terms here, we could see if there's anything in common we can factor out, which there is. So we can take out a negative 3p, and inside there'd still be a p minus 2,000. So we set each factor equal to 0 and solve, and that tells us the two prices that would give our revenue equal to 0. Now part B says, for what ranges of prices will the revenue exceed 1,200,000? So we're going to set the revenue to be greater than or equal to 1,200,000. So with these, you want to get everything to one side, so I subtracted that 1,200,000 from both sides. And then I want to see where this is going to be greater than or equal to 0. I know it's negative in the beginning, so it means it's a parabola that's facing downwards. So if I just find the two x-intercepts, then it's going to be between those two x-intercepts that it's greater than or equal to 0, or where it's above the x-axis. So what I first did here, so that I didn't have to deal with such huge numbers, is I divided out a negative 3, because negative 3 can go into all three terms. Then what was left inside here, I could put inside the quadratic formula. So I did negative b, which was positive 2,000, plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now, you would want to complete the inside of the root first, and when I did that, I got 2,400,000. Since it said we could give our answer in a decimal, then I can just type this in my calculator, type in the square root of 2,400,000, and I'm going to get 1,549.193. So I'm going to write that there. Again, I would suggest doing it step by step like I have, not trying to type this whole thing in the calculator at once because it probably won't come out correct, but doing it step by step starting within the root. Then I would just do it one time with adding these two together, dividing by 2, and that's how you'd get the 1774.60, and one time do it with subtracting 2,000 minus 1549.193 divided by 2. That's how you get the 225.40. So since the parabola we know is going to cross at those 2 points, let's just make it a rough sketch here. Let's say this was the 225 and this was the 1774, and we know it's a parabola facing downwards, then the vertex must be somewhere up here. So we can imagine it's something like that, and we're looking at where it's greater than 0, so we're looking at everything above the x-axis, so it's going to be everything between 275 and 1774.